Hey there, House here. Well, last week's predictions went over much better than the week before. I went 10-5, bringing my overall record to 102, 62, and 1, and bringing my win percentage to 62%. Well, we've got an interesting set of games for this week, starting with our traditional 3 Thursday games on Thanksgiving. Let's get started, shall we? Lions versus the Bears. In a yearly tradition, we get a matchup with the Lions. Usually it's a divisional matchup, and usually the Lions disappoint. The Bears have come out and said that Andy Dalton will start on Thursday in place of injured Justin Fields. Dalton offers a bit more to this offense than Fields at the moment, so with that, I'm giving the Bears the advantage here. I'm picking the Bears. Cowboys versus the Raiders. The Cowboys looked like shells of their normal selves last week against the Chiefs. And with the possibility of missing their top two receivers, Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, one due to COVID and one due to a concussion, it'll be difficult for them to find their offense again. If they are going to be without both of those players, I'm expecting a heavy run offense against this Raiders team that can't stop anyone, nor can they score at will anymore. I'm picking the Cowboys. The last Thursday game we have will be the Saints versus the Bills. The Bills have been pretty bad over this past month, not able to move the ball effectively, and last week allowing Jonathan Taylor of the Colts to run wild for 5 touchdowns. The Saints haven't looked much better. With Trevor Siemian at quarterback, they have had nothing but inconsistent play. I see the Bills winning this matchup that could be a tighter contest than it should be. Next up, we have the Bengals versus Steelers. This divisional matchup should be a close contest. If the Bengals can limit the turnovers, I'm giving them the advantage. I'm picking the Bengals. Dolphins versus the Panthers. The Panthers came up short, and Cam Newton's their starting quarterback. Fortunately for them, the Dolphins are still an inconsistent mess, so I'm picking the Panthers here. Giants versus the Eagles. The Giants looked out of sorts on Monday Night Football. Their offense couldn't get anything going, even when they received a boost by the return of Saquon Barkley. Because of that, they fired their offensive coordinator. The Eagles, on the other hand, have been rolling on offense. I'm picking the Eagles. Patriots versus the Titans. The Titans looked like a team without an identity last week. They lost to a really bad Houston Texans team, and A.J. Brown was injured in the process, and it's unlikely that he'll even play for this matchup. The Patriots have been on a roll offensively and defensively. I'm picking the Patriots. Jaguars versus the Falcons. The Falcons have looked awful for 2 straight weeks. I'd like to try to blame their offensive issues on Matt Ryan, but it's difficult when his offensive line gives him less than a second to get rid of the ball after he gets the snap. The Jaguars still don't look like a confident football team. However, they are the same defense that baffled the Bills just a couple weeks ago. So I'm picking the Jaguars on a whim. Colts versus the Bucks. Jonathan Taylor has taken the crown of best running back in the game right now. He is running at a pace where it appears that he can't be stopped. Where he goes, this team goes. The Bucks looked like their normal selves against a bad Giants team. I'm picking the Colts and Taylor in this matchup. Texans versus the Jets. Texans pulled an upset last week against the newest hot team in the AFC in the Titans. The Jets played well in Joe Flacco's season debut, but not enough to win. I expect more of the same in this low-scoring affair, even with Zach Wilson expected to be back from injury this week for the Jets. I'm picking the Texans. Broncos versus Chargers. The Broncos should be a fresher team coming off of the bye week, even if the last time they played, they got blown out by the Eagles. This Chargers offense last week got rolling early and often through their running back, Austin Eckler. I expect him to have another pivotal role in this game. I'm picking the Chargers. 49ers versus the Vikings. The Vikings played well last week against a surging Packers defense. They had all parts of their offense working. They will have a tougher test this week against a more potent defense of the 49ers. The 49ers offense has been going well with some consistent play out of Jimmy Garoppolo. I expect more of the same out of him in a game where the team with the ball last will probably win. I'm picking the 49ers. Packers versus the Rams. The Packers were dealt a tough loss last week against the Vikings. They also lost one of their starting linemen for the year due to a torn ACL. They will have a tough test ahead of them as they face a Rams team that's looking to find their groove on offense as well. The Rams and Stafford have struggled mightily 2 weeks in a row now. Look for both teams to find their way offensively in this shootout waiting to happen. I'm picking the Packers. Ravens versus the Browns. The Ravens were without their starting quarterback Lamar Jackson last week, and there's no guarantee that he'll play this week, although I heard that he is feeling better. The Browns have been dealing with injuries to multiple key players on their offense for weeks now. Normally, you'd look at this matchup as a Sunday night football game and figure it's not worth the watch. But the last time these two teams played each other on Sunday night, it was a terrific game with plenty of offense. We would be lucky if we witnessed a similar outcome this time around. If Jackson's out, the Browns win easily. If he plays, I'm picking the Browns in a tight contest. Last on Monday Night Football, we have the Washington football team versus the Seahawks. Very few have struggled more than Russell Wilson these past 2 weeks. However, he does have a favorable matchup as he looks to find his groove again. The Washington football team continues to find ways to win, even when I think they'll lose. I'm picking the Seahawks and a Russell Wilson bounce back. Well, there you have it. Those are my picks. Thank you for tuning into the House Report. If there are any predictions that I made that you disagree with, please leave your own picks in the comment section. As always, I hope this week's picks go better than last week. And for all my betting friends out there, remember, you win some and you lose some, but the house always wins. Happy Thanksgiving.